But I have a hunch. I have a little hunch that many of us are, dwelling on many little things that actually will not matter tomorrow. And we got to be mature enough to identify those so we don't let those things grow into a bigger issue that it was never supposed to be and end up derailing us or end up holding us back. Welcome to the It Matters podcast. I'm your host, Walter Perez, and let's dive in as we help you grow your mindset and elevate your leadership. Hey everybody, welcome back to the It Matters podcast. Thanks for joining me in another episode. I am Walter Perez, your host, and I'm excited you're joining me. And I am glad that you're committing and being intentional to getting a little bit better this week. And we talk about leadership, we talk about mindset, personal growth. We talk about things that matter. And so I hope this is adding value. Please comment, please share, please pass it on to somebody who needs to hear this. Because when you help me spread the word, we make everybody better along the way. And so today, I wanted to bring you a solo episode. This podcast episode is being released at the end of September, which means, depending on when you're hearing this, it means that there is a quarter left in this year. We got 3 months left. And how are you doing? How are you feeling going into the new year? And so you see, I know maybe you're thinking, Walter, why are you talking about that already? Why are you talking about the year end when there's still 3 months left? This is the thing. I love to be proactive in going into the new year, and it starts by making sure you end well. And so I want to encourage you today that if your year, if the first 3 quarters, if the first half, whatever of the year has been one of those challenging, tough times for you, that it can change. And it can change by us having a different perspective on how we're going to end this year and how we're going to start the new year. And so I got a question for you then. Will it matter? Now you're thinking, what are you talking about? What will matter? Well, in scenarios like this, we can get frustrated. We can be carrying some baggage around. There's things that are going on in our lives. And I think one thing a leader can learn to do well is to learn how to let go of things. Let go of things and make sure they're not carrying around things that actually don't matter. We talk about things that matter all the time here, but I think it's worth talking about things that don't matter and potentially propose this question: will it matter? This pain, this frustration, this thing that's not working out right now. There's maybe you got some difficult people. Maybe you have things that you're trying to kind of understand or problem solve. My question for you is: will it matter? Will it matter tomorrow? Will it matter a week from now? Will it matter next year? What about maybe there's something going on in your life right now and you had a disagreement with a friend, disagreement with your wife or husband, and they're just, it was just one of those bad moments or the bad day. Will it matter an hour from now? You're holding this on. And what's important to catch here, and you probably heard me say this before, is what you feed grows. I've learned that from a lot of leaders that I respect, and I know that it's true because I've seen it in my life. If I focus on healthy things in my life, those things will grow. I will be better. I will think better. I'll feel healthy. I'll be positive. I will activate in a way of hope and faith and feel great about myself. But if I feed negativity, if I feed the toxic culture and the things that are actually not good for me, those things will grow. And then what happens? I get bitter. I get angry, sad. I end up becoming hopeless, and then just I end up swimming in a filth of negativity that I can't seem to get out of. And so it is important as a leader where you're at today. I want to encourage you, regardless of whether you feel like you're winning this year or you are just, if you completely blew it and you're not even close to hitting some of the goals that you wanted, draw a line in the sand today and ask yourself, will this matter? Will it matter a week from now, 2 months from now? What will this look like when I'm looking at it from my year from now? Will I think this is actually as big of a deal that I'm making it out to be right now? Or am I going to be able to actually just kind of move on and learn from this? And so that's the important part, is what can you learn from this part that will allow you to pivot so you can make some decisions that will make you better tomorrow. It's important for all of us sometimes to stop and reflect. Now, I'm a big fan of reflection, but I also believe that if you're going to do some reflection, don't become a leader that all they do is always assessing and reflecting, but never doing anything about it. In my opinion, reflection really comes to life if you grab it and then you make a choice to do something different out of that, or to make sure you understand what you're doing. If something is going well, do you realize what's going well about it? If it's not going well, what are you going to change about it to make sure that you're in line with your core values, you're in line with your dreams and your visions, and you're making decisions that are being life-giving to you? And so I want you to reflect, but then I want you to activate. And so ask yourself, will this matter? Whatever tension you have right now, think about it, reflect on it, and then make a choice. Make a decision to say, okay, actually, this issue matters a lot to me. This issue is not something that I can just look away. This issue is not something that I can just pretend it never happened. So I have to step into it and I got to work through it because it will matter tomorrow. Fair enough. If there's things that do matter in your life, but I have a hunch. I have a little hunch that many of us are, dwelling on many little things that actually will not matter tomorrow. And we got to be mature enough to identify those so we don't let those things grow into a bigger issue that it was never supposed to be, and end up derailing us or end up holding us back, or end up causing us to do even bigger failures down the road because we were not willing to let go. So please, I want you to really think about this. This is a perfect time because you're at an intersection right now where you have 3 months left in the year. In these 3 months, you can make decisions that will not only change this year around, but will start your 2026 in a way that you've never before. You'll be able to make choices and decisions, and you will be able to put action behind this, and it will be your best year yet. 2025 is not done, so don't count yourself out. Do not count yourself out because there's enough months left in this year to be able to create better habits, to create new rhythms, to create a new mindset, to be able to set yourself up so you're not just starting from scratch at the beginning of January, but you're actually running. You're hitting the ground running and making some decisions that you've never done before. What do you want to do? Do you want this to just be another year? Do you want this to be just another time that you look back and reflect and go, I'm just not good enough? I don't believe that. I don't think that's true. I think you do have it in you, but you just got to set it up so then you set yourself up to win. Whether that's the right people around you, that's the right rhythms around you, the right decisions, write them down and consider, what I'm doing right now, will this matter tomorrow? What I'm dwelling on, will this matter tomorrow? The things that are bothering me today, will it matter tomorrow? Because most of these won't, and you can make a different choice today and keep moving on, and then you actually start working on the things that do matter, and the things that actually make a difference, and the things that are actually going to change your life. So, will it matter tomorrow? Will it matter minutes from now? Will it matter hours from now? Will it matter weeks and months? Will it even matter years from now? Can you just pause right now and say, you know what? I get to make that choice today, and I'm not going to let this follow me and become a bigger problem than it is. Maximize your God-given potential by choosing to think different. It starts with what's coming into you. What are you inputting into your brain that is making you believe lies or making you believe into things that are not true? And a lot of the time, we believe in these kind of things about ourselves that are not true because we're listening to other people, we're listening to our past, we're listening to our insecurities and our failures. And I get it. That can be heavy. There's a lot there. But you also get to not listen to that. You have a choice. You're either going to lean into your failures or you're going to lean into your potential and these things that you know, these dreams and these hopes that you have and desires that are going to change your life, that are going to set your life up to be a great parent, a great friend, a great family, have a great business, whatever it is. You have the choice today to make a small decision. And there's probably many other things that you can consider, but why don't you start today by just saying, you know what, this thing that's frustrating me, this conversation, these people in my life, it ain't going to matter tomorrow. So I'm going to choose to do something different today. I wanted to just bring you this simplistic idea in this podcast because it's these type of questions that we get to ask ourselves to be able to make better decisions moving forward. And so don't discredit. Don't just look over this episode and yeah. No, do the hard work. What I'm talking about can be simple, but it can be hard at the same time. And it all depends on your ability to be humble in this posture and in this season of life. I encourage you to humble yourself. Don't get caught up too much in the big details. Relax, let it go, and go kick some butt because I know you have it in you. And there's some dreams and there's some things that are just waiting to explode out of you. And if you're a seasoned leader, there's people out there that are depending on you and wanting to, listen in on what style of leadership you're going to bring forth as we go into the end of the year and beginning of the new year. And so be that leader. Be that leader that is going to get rid of the crap, get rid of the baggage, so you can lead with a clear mind and a non-purpose mind as well. Hope this added value to you. We'll catch you next week with a guest. I have a very special guest next week. I'm excited that you'll be joining me for that. Don't miss it. And we'll catch you next week. Remember, it's a win-win when the leader leads well. And I hope that you can win today so that you can get better and help others do the same. Talk to you soon.